dawn, July 1709. A depleted, weakened Swedish force laid siege against the fortress of Poltava. Here where I stand marked the beginning of Russia becoming a major superpower with this decisive victory.
But how did such a major victory come about? A man known as Peter I, or Peter the Great, conquered nearby lands including Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia using tactical brilliance, eventually bringing the downfall of Sweden, one of Europe's most major power players in the time. Peter Alexeyevich Romanov was born in Moscow in 1672 to Natalia Naryshkina and Tsar Alexis I. After Alexis and Peter's half-brother Fyodor III died, Peter inherited the throne after a dispute over who had the right to rulership. Ivan V, who was very ill at the time, acted as a joint Tsar with Peter. Peter did not gain any real power until after his mother died, and ruled Russia alone when Ivan died in 1696.
Peter revolutionized Russia by creating a process of modernization, which means bringing forth new ideas and pushing back old ones. He did this by doing away with impractical clothing such as long robes and long beards. Also, he created a huge industry which gave infrastructure for centuries to come in Russia. Also, he contributed to the simplification of the Russian language, which let scientific contributions be translated into Russian. This let Russia even exceed other countries in scientific research.
Peter the Great reformed Russia's navy and army. Reformation meaning modifying or rebuilding an existing system or idea. Peter established a hierarchical system in Russia's military, meaning that everyone had to start from the bottom and work their way up to the top. This took power away from nobles, but it gave the peasantry a chance to attain higher social status by working their way through the military. Also, through his modernization, Peter learned new techniques for building ships, thus improving his navy and allowing him to move into the Baltic. In 1717, Peter reformed Russia's colleges to make them suited for governmental, military, finance, and foreign affair needs. This helped streamline Russia's government and bolster their power in the future.
Created the capital, St. Petersburg, on May 27, 1703. It is not the capital still remaining today, but it still serves as an epicenter for Western culture. However, Peter's subjects would not have thought of him as a particularly kind ruler. He is infamous for using a strategy called streltsy, which means torturing and using violence against one's own people to enforce one's power by using brutality.
In addition, Peter also simply organized his empire to make it easier to rule. For example, in 1711, he created a senate to manage the administrative and judicial affairs of the state, especially while he was away. He was even described by Bishop Burnet in 1698 that he was a man of very hot temper, soon inflamed, brutal in his passion. He raises his natural heat by drinking much brandy, which he rectifies with great application.
He was even considered an absolutist ruler by many, since he integrated the church into his own government, forced the nobility down in social rank, and used streltsy. He integrated the church by destroying the patriarchate, or the leadership hierarchy of the church, in 1721. He then created a state department that controlled the church. Additionally, he forced the nobility to join the ranks of the peasantry in the army and the navy, which decreased the nobility's social power. The newly appointed officers of the navy and the army now became the new nobility.
In these ways, Peter was an absolutist ruler. He was individually sovereign as he controlled both the church and the entire government, and none of the nobles had any power to stop him. There were no checks and balances on his power, as all of the departments of state that he created were either there to extend his power or help him rule while he was away. Lastly, he created a sense of shock and awe by using brutality to torture and keep his citizens in check. Peter the Great died in his city, St. Petersburg, on February 8, 1725, due to culminating health problems. He chose Anna, his daughter, as the successor of the throne. He left behind a legacy of Western culture, a great capital, and potential for Russia to grow into a global superpower.
Peter was even considered an absolutist ruler by many. He since he integrated the church